We hit a peak by dawn, but after 8 p.m. it just fell. Captain Han surmised the individual possessed thunder powers, which is why he could easily withstand the lightning punishment. And this event ended up being a golden opportunity for him. The only question was whether he'd simply stumbled upon this opportunity, or if he had deliberately pursued it, stepping ahead of heaven and earth. Captain Han saw him as a threat because he still didn't know which side our boy was on, so they needed to find him quickly before he posed a danger to them. Meanwhile, our unfortunate MC fell ill after braving a thunderstorm while the others dubbed him, the Tyrant, as a temporary code name. On the mountain, the leader hopes to recruit the Tyrant soon, as part of their efforts to reach out to him. The chief turns to Su Xingying and orders her to submit the report to Captain Han instead. Keeping her composure, she explains that he's the same person who purified Northgate at Qingcheng University. No matter how hard she tries, he keeps proving far more mysterious. Yet she assures them she'll try to discover how he single-handedly purified Qingcheng University's gate. Staying true to her word, Su Xingying invented half the story because she wasn't sure if it was true. Captain Han commends her investigation, and she vows to keep pushing hard. Then Captain Han turns to the leader and informs them that they will release fake news about the natural disasters, while Su Xingying feels relieved. At Fang Yi's home, he taps into his solar attribute for a few chores. After undergoing the procedure, he notices his right hand feels far stronger than the rest of his body. The transformation is at hand, and our protagonist is convinced he's on the verge of yet another breakthrough. He was surprised to discover that the thunder attribute, despite its violent nature, it feels like a small, easily controlled pet. Unlike the solar attribute, which was excruciating to activate at first, the thunder power seems weaker after his body absorbed it. The system reveals that the thunder attribute inflicts 300% critical damage on evil anomalous entities. Just as he's about to try it, his phone starts ringing. He turns back to spot breaking news. The Jia country has issued emergency warnings, yet they always bring chances for our boy. No matter what it takes, he'll risk his life and give it a shot. Suddenly, he notices a headline about an explosion at a chemical factory. According to the reports, environmental pollution was the sole cause. A chilling, sinister scent lingers around our hero, feeling oddly familiar. It suddenly occurs to him that in his last life a terrifying monster had stalked him, and he'd crouched behind a massive rock, refusing to move. It appeared in the night's darkness. The odd part is that it could be either a plant or an animal, and once it gained intelligence, its power surged in every aspect. Resolved, he sets out to track it down before it morphs into an even more dangerous beast. Gathering thunder energy in his right hand, he's ready to unleash his new attribute. At headquarters, the extermination squad has lost track of the candle-lit night anomaly from File 7, notorious for slipping into shadows. You realize the weather is ideal for it to start its hunt, a situation they must prevent. Back at headquarters, the extra anomaly file has been uploaded, and the extermination campaign should finish in just 12 hours. The team is told to prioritize their own safety first. Everything else can wait. Rogers and Shah's team, situated in a large country, suffers its own losses as the mutation spreads quickly and broadly. The team is warned that the area they're about to enter is occupied by members of the Spiritual Energy Association. Susan Ying can be messaged to help them temporarily, and the team agrees, though she's surprised to discover how well-known and popular she actually is. The team rushes to her, begging for help and warning that the anomaly they're facing devours people. She's unimpressed, seeing this as an odd way to ask for help. Susan Ying begins to leave after disapproving of his tone, but he stops her, apologizes for his words, and begs her to help find the anomaly. He pleads that he doesn't care about being devoured, but the innocent civilians will have to face the same fate. With the rain lashing down, the newly formed team stands on the building's edge, tracking the beast they've been hunting. As soon as they locate it, they rush over. The monster is called Zhuyi, and one of its unsettling hobbies is eating humans. The team drafts a plan and launches the operation. The beast spots them and reacts, but soon finds itself surrounded. Once the signal is given, they all attack it together. The monster screeches, emitting a cracking sound. Amid that, Su Qingying yells a warning to beware the sound waves. Even though there are more in numbers, the monster still seems a bit troublesome. The commander sees how mighty the monster truly is, and if they hadn't pulled back, they would have been crushed to death. He knows the monster can't be left alone to roam the city, or it will cause a commotion. Then the monster takes a deep breath, and as it exhales, the air turns green, presumably. It is poisonous. Su Qingying notices the monster trying to escape by digging underground. But a teammate cuts her off, saying they don't have enough high-level counteractive forces. Meanwhile, the commander says their main goal is to gather intelligence and steer adjustments to the battle plan. Zhu Yi, pushing a teammate aside, attempts to slip away. The commander dashes after it to snatch and show it off. On the roof of the building, 3 cloaked figures notice a sudden spike in spiritual energy. One of them heads inside, while the other 2 stay outside. Back with our Qing team, Qingying gauges the spiritual energy in the abandoned factory using an exhilarate device that reveals the highest concentration any team can achieve. She gasped as the monster's concentration leapt from 48 to 80, surging wildly. She is certain the place contains more than just one anomaly. Suddenly, a monstrous snake materializes before them. At that moment, they realize Zhu Yi has tricked them, and they must retreat immediately. They panicked over the gate, yet even if it tried to hold them back, they could unite their strength and reopen it. As she flees, Qingying feels the poison spread through her body, and suddenly she collapses to the ground. She can't notice them around her, nor feel their presence, and can't elicit a response. She flinches a bit, recalling how that damned creature had lured them all the way here. Even though she recognizes this as another layer of an anomaly, Su Qingying feels the black mist surrounding her was toxic, likely to poison her. The gas is deadly, numbing them while draining their spiritual energy. Attacks that carry spiritual energy will sap them, leaving them easy prey for the monsters. Even as Su Qingying's energy almost runs out, and though she's frightened, she must admit its intelligence and strength, capable of weaving a maze as well. Exhausted, Su Qingying collapses, convinced there's no hope left for her. A glimmer of hope arrives when she cracks the wall to break into the factory, and it's none other than our hero, Fang Yi. He jumps in and realizes the monster is a darkness-born beast. Spotting the boy, the gigantic snake hisses, its fangs gleaming menacingly. And just when he thinks it's over, Zhu Yi appears, both of them striking Fang Yi at once. The pair works smartly. One sets the trap, the other delivers the kill, so he assigns his powers accordingly. Thunder to Zhu Yi and solar to the snake, since the serpent fears heat and flame. The MC draws his sword, charged with solar energy, and with incredible force slices the snake's body in half. Believing the fight was over, he begins to lower his sword, yet he never expected it to heal so swiftly and fuse back into a single blade. Still, our boy is clever and had a backup plan. He electrocutes the snake with his thunder energy, having sensed that its dark aura was denser than Zhu Yi's. He then commands his sword, releasing the power of eternal flame, controlling its force and retracting it. Using the blade as a conduit, he condenses and channels his thunder energy from his hand into the snake's body. Zhu Yi is intimidating, but it can only harm 1 or 2 people at most, and its power is relatively weak. The snake isn't the only thing that frightens him. Suddenly, a sharp pain jolts his shoulder. It's a snake scale. It was a sneaky attack, and its poison paralyses, killing silently within. After an hour, he channels solar energy to mend his wound. He feels pain, but it's caused by the relentless flow of the golden sun breathing technique coursing through his body. Fortunately, the yang flame can dissolve poison. The golden sun breathing technique shields and heals, while the thunder attribute purifies. His instincts alert him to incoming attacks. He explains that the snake grew to this size quietly, relying on ambush predation, and with its partner Zhu, it becomes a perfect trap for pioneers. They might have taken over the lives of many of them. In the end, our boy burned the monster to ash. He acknowledges his own energies are powerful, but the thunder energy really steals the show. He stands by the flames, sensing someone still there. When he hears coughing, Fengyi scans the surroundings and realizes someone is trapped. When the air clears a bit, he sees it's Su Qingyang feigning a faint. Of course, our boy isn't some clueless high school type who just catch her in the act. She looks sheepish, nervously explaining that she woke up to the smell of smoke. Hearing that, the protagonist praised her shielding skills, since the rest of the teammates had already passed out. When she receives a compliment, she stutters, having kept a small reserve of spiritual energy to protect herself. She was shocked. She couldn't believe he'd taken out both monsters all by himself. Her eyes were covered, so he trusted her, yet he insisted she promise not to disclose his ID. His tone revealed his newfound friendliness, and with that, he slipped away, remaining unnoticed. Earlier, we saw the MC standing before the flames and absorbing its dark attribute. He felt a chill, and it left him uneasy. It might be that his body instinctively rejected the dark spiritual energy, and his. The system stayed silent, too. At the factory, the folks woke up to find the monsters scorched to crisp. They panic, puzzled about where the yang attribute came from. Jingying tells us a pioneer came to help them. She's still unsuccessful in her quest to uncover his identity. While scouting the area, the commander wonders where Candle Knight's body is. Not finding it, they start tidying up, and suddenly he steps on something that releases an electric charge. Candle Knight's corpse lay before them, leaving everyone to wonder whether it was a single person or two. Su Jingying tried to say it was only one person, but no one believed her. A dual-attribute pioneer sounds straight out of a movie. Fengyi is a monster in his own right. Jingying quietly thinks that keeping some members outside the factory was a wise move. If she stayed inside for too long, the organization would be reported. The organization sent a reconnaissance team to the site, assuming they'd be picking up corpses. Meanwhile, the team members sobbed, holding Jingying as they believed she had returned to Jesus. The recon team is now scanning the residual.